Anyways, all right. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. So 2 Raiders and a Ranger walk into a bar. Who wins?
The Ranger.
Us.
I don't know. We do. Like,
That's why.
We win.
It's 2 against 1, Joe.
I mean, like,
Fine,
we win
I
the
like
bar.
those odds.
All three of
those
us, we win the
odds.
bar.
Oh, that's true.
Us against the bar.
That would it would be a bad day. Joe's like that.
Everybody.
Joe's like that. Just sounds fun. Can we just do that just for fun?
So is that what's happening tonight?
I mean, let's do Squire tomorrow.
We all
Beat up.
do that tonight and then do Squire. Well, we're going tonight. It's a pretty mild place, so I don't think we break out the big guns. No. Anyways, so right before we started, Joe said this is the first time he's ever done this. So if he's awkward through this podcast, that's the reason why.
Just to set me up for success there.
Yeah.
He's already staying away from the mic a little bit. He seems a little shy from the mic.
Well, Rangers are shy people. Anyways, so that people can hate even more, they're gonna. I gotta say it. I'm just gonna say it because we use bad language in here. So earmuffs or turn this off if you're not doing it. But Joe, did you know because you did the project, you are a beta
Cuck.
Come tell me to my face. I'll rip your fucking face off. That's that. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, they can say all they want.
What is that? What is that second word? I've heard that a lot.
Cuckold.
Yeah. What is that?
It's like
Go ahead, Joe.
I could be wrong, but I think it's
I could be wrong.
one of those guys who likes to watch another guy with your wife.
Bingo.
Oh.
Bingo.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
it?
Is
Yeah.
it?
So the guys that like to sit in the corner and watch your wife get banged by another dude.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
earmuffs,
Don't
guys.
fucking tell me. Like, come tell me that.
Yeah,
That's the thing. These
that's
guys
in
will
that's
never
in the
do that.
that's in the comments. Yeah.
I have to
give
go
shit.
Google those definitions.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
So
this
for those
guy
that don't
plays
know,
Airsoft.
Joe was I met Joe at the project at class 16, which was to date the hardest class.
keep it
Everybody
that
says.
Let's keep it that way.
Let's keep it that way. I concur because I don't ever want to do one of those classes again. I was like, this sucks. I almost rang the bell at the beach. I'm like, this is horrible, man.
That was rough.
It was
That
rough,
was the wet one?
bro. They were. I don't even know how they survived. To be honest, it was bad.
Ask him.
Trend.
Dang it.
It's just
It just sucked.
just go.
Yeah, but it was pretty gnarly weather.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to throw Mario under the bus, but
Here we go.
Cakewalk the next class?
Mario had some good weather. You had some good weather.
Yeah, no, I did have good weather.
Easy to be a butterfly when there's sunshine.
Do you know? So it was funny. Anyways, I met Joe there. I saw his tat. I grabbed your arm. I was like, all right, we'll see what this means. I was kind of rooting for you at the beginning, though. You probably know that. Anyways, and then you end up graduating company honor grad.
Yes,
or
sir.
not company honor. Class honor grad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Taking it back.
Taking it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that happen?
How to take honor grad?
Yeah. Because you were pretty quiet. Same with
Well,
Mario.
initially-
Mario was initially pretty quiet too.
Well, in the beginning,
Yeah.
you just let the shit wash itself out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to try to lead men who aren't going to want to be led, who aren't willing to be led. I'm just going to
Right.
let them leave. And then when it turns on and somebody needs to step up,
Yeah.
okay, here I am, guys.
Yeah.
You know, pull your shit together.
Yeah.
And I kept class leader for almost a day, which is huge.
Yeah,
Which is huge.
yeah.
It's huge. And,
You did too, right? The last day, pretty much.
Yeah, I think once they, I think it was like towards the last day, they just let me have the
Yeah.
bracelet the whole time.
Ray took it off me, the bracelet off me. We were getting dunked again before we went back to the pit. And I didn't completely submerge myself in the last one. And he caught me.
Yeah.
And I was running off.
Was that a calculated non-submersible?
Yeah, it was absolutely intentional. It was 32 degrees outside. You know, I want to jump in a fucking ice bath and then go crawl in dirt for another 4 hours. You know, it's like, well, I can make this up.
You got to get where you can get, right?
Yeah, and we're running off as Calvin Brault and I, and
He's a house of a man.
monster.
He's a monster.
He's a monster. And Ray yells, "Hey, big guy!" And I thought he was talking to Calvin. And so we both ran. You have to keep your battle buddy with you. We both ran over there, and he asked me, "Did you completely submerge yourself?" I says, "Yes, instructor." Fuck. And I knew as soon as I said yes, like, fuck. I fucked up. He's like, turn around. I turned around. He touched the back of my head. He turned me back around. He took the brace off. He said, "Don't ever fucking lie to me again." That hurt more than that disappointing Ray.
Yeah.
Was huge to me in that moment because like fuck. Like, I know I let myself down. I know I let him down. It's just because it's that integrity aspect that you're just, you're there to suffer. Why are you trying to minimize your suffering?
Well, and I think we come from a world where you kind of have to, if you're not cheating, you ain't trying, kind of thing.
Well, it's
There's so
survival.
much fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And irregardless, you're going to get your dick pushed in.
Yeah.
Countless times over and over again.
There's no right answer.
No, never, ever.
It's just, and I don't know, man. I did, and I know what I did, and then I lied, and then as soon as I lied, my gut just like, why?
Yeah.
Why, dude? Why?
That happened to Manti too at class 18. I remember.
What did he say?
He did the same thing. He had an integrity violation thing, and nobody even caught him. He said it fucked him up for like half the project. He was like, he's a good dude, man. He's a good guy. He said it like ate his soul. He was like, man, he almost like broke up at the table. Remember? He was like, dude, it ate my soul because I knew.
Have a confession.
Yeah, he almost did that. He almost had to go.
Guy though.
Yeah,
he's that guy. Yeah, he's a good dude, man.
Anyways, so it was like funny. We were trying to see who the class honor grad for 18 was because like after that we hired you as a coach for the Agoge, and then Mario graduated honor grad, and we hired Mario through a tournament of events. Listen, I would love for Ortiz to work for me, but I'm actually scared of Ortiz. So
good. He forces you to level up.
I know.
It's a good thing.
So when Ortiz when he showed up, because I always check for ears. So
That's the first thing I noticed.
Yeah, I go down the line, I just check for like cauliflower. I'm like, who's gonna be a problem? You know what I mean? Who's the D1 wrestler in the group that's
Trying to hide himself? But
yeah, you're right. Yeah, they can't.
No gray man in that.
You know what I mean? And dude, have you ever seen the meme of like the cauliflower ears that like they try to put an AirPod in, and it's like there's like the hole is like this big. You know what I mean? No, bro, I don't know how Matt can hear. His ears are so bad. And so anyways, I'm doing the pat down, right? We're checking him, making he doesn't have any contraband before he gets in the, before he's gently put into the van by Steve. And and I'm like doing it. I'm like, yo, you're going to be a fucking problem. He's like, no, sir. I said, you're going to be a problem. He's like, yeah, he wasn't a problem. Even one time we were like trying to manhandle him.
I'm not resisting.
And he's
like, well, that's when he came into that FTX. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm not.
He's like, I'm not resisting.
Slam this motherfucker.
I'm not resisting.
And I was like, he made it. So I was like, oh well. The one guy I was looking forward to was like the one guy
because he knows the deal.
He's smart about it.
Yeah.
He didn't do it like I did. Just beat for 2 minutes.
But Byron jumped on you, right?
I went after Byron first, and then Byron got me. And then Steve stepped in, and that's when I threw in the towel.
Yeah.
Because Steve.
Well, he probably had like 47 knives on him, and
he had 47 knives. He probably hit me 47 times in my kidneys.
He does like those kidney shots, doesn't he?
Yeah, he had pillows though on his hands.
Yeah, Tom DeBlas wants to fight Steve. Steve, if you're listening, I gotta set this sparring match up with you and Tom. He says you can't hold mitts, and he wants to teach you how to be a real man in the ring. I think Steve would take that.
I think he would too.
Steve's always down for a challenge.
Yeah.
I'll see Steve not taking that.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's
taking that.
He's pretty smart too. He even said like, there have been plenty of times where I'm like, fuck this, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like I'm not dealing with this fucking guy. So he might do it and then be like, oh fuck, I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go. Anyways, so that was a fun class. Other than just horrible weather the entire time. But to get people to really understand. Like you are not you're not a pussy.
No. Right.
And everybody, you see all the comments are on, especially that last one with the railroad tracks with that Steve posted. Did you see that one?
Man, I dipped out of that one. When I saw the airsoft guy talking shit, I was just like, man, motherfucker, you play Army. You're a grown ass man running around with toy guns playing. Not that there's anything wrong with airsoft. I think it's cool, but like, shut the fuck up.
So you were 275 Ranger.
Yes, sir.
So tell people what that is.
America's premier raid force.
The
strongest overall collectively unit. If you want muscle, if you want a city destroyed,
I'd back that statement.
Yeah, you take the Ranger Regiment. If it's complete annihilate, like total war,
it's a wrecking ball.
Just drop them and a couple of marine companies, done.
It's
Done.
it's
Take over an entire country.
Yeah.
You know, 2 marine companies. I assume the
we we talked about this with what's going on
yeah.
what's going on over in Israel right now, and I was like, dude, that's all you need to do. Do a center ranger regiment, center ranger regiment, and a battalion over there.
The amount of what's the word? Collateral damage.
Yeah.
Would be astronomical.
Oh, you'd have to be like, hey, listen.
It's bad now.
Yeah,
you let loose the 75th Ranger Regiment over there and
just
let
say,
them off their collar.
Here's the line, clear.
We can't do that, man.
Just,
like so many people, innocent people, are going to get.
We
killed.
can't. Well, that's why I say, like, you do it like Fallujah. You're like, hey, listen, you have 24 hours to leave.
Anybody who's left,
it's game on.
Yep, you're done.
Just here's a line, go to this line. Anyway, so you did that. What years?
03 to 07.
03, 07. Oh, fun years.
Yeah. The war's still kicking off. Still a lot of bad guys.
Yeah, we were over in Iraq at the same time, right? Some similar times.
I assume.
Yeah. I was in Fallujah. All that.
I didn't do Fallujah.
I know, but we were there. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so my point being is this, and then you've got a successful career very successful career outside the military. Mm-hmm. Why on earth would a 275 Ranger go do the project then?
Missing something.
Yeah.
Had a great job, beautiful wife, beautiful son. Something was missing. Mm-hmm. I was behind 4 computer screens at the office, 12, 13, 14 hours a day. Just not bred for that, man. Like, I needed to do something hard. And the thing is, like, I didn't anticipate the project being 10% of what it was. Like, all you see is the highlight reels on Instagram. That's not
our stupid 10-second things that everybody talks shit about.
Remotely,
I know
the degree of suffering that is attached to it.
I like that.
But the thing is like, I wanted it like that. Like, the harder it got, it's like, cool. You know, this is
what I want.
This is what I want.
This is what I
want to hurt. I want to be cold. And I want to be reminded who I am.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you have to put yourself in these scenarios where you have to accept the reality that there is no limit to suffering. Like, there's no ceiling to suffering. Like, you can always suffer more. How much can you suffer and come out on the other side and be proud about it? You know.
So then that's a great point. Why everybody's like, well, why do that? You can do that in the military. You can just join the military and get paid.
Or I can go pay money and go for 75 hours and get 4 years of training smashed into 3 days.
That's true.
In regards to, like, the beatings and metaphorically, like the suffering attached to it.
Nobody's beating anybody.
No one's getting beat up. The project.
Ish.
But man, it wasn't just that. It was I didn't know about the classes. I mean, halfway I just signed up. Like, yeah, this looks fun. I'll go do this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The amount of internal growth, the level like of perspective alignment that was created. You can ask my wife. Like, I'm completely different person. Ask my mom, my wife. You could ask my kid, but he doesn't really know any better.
Yeah.
But like it.
Well, I guarantee he sees a difference.
Oh yeah,
Maybe just
I'm much more
how to articulate.
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
Yeah, like my patience is. I understand why I need to be patient with certain things. I understand that I don't. If it's a square peg, don't force it through the circle hole, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, take a step back, reanalyze, develop a plan, execute. Don't keep trying to just beat your head into the wall to force something to fit where it doesn't belong. And then it just, man, really, it helped me. Like, to your credit, when we did Toxic Cognitions, like, I wrote my piece, and then when after I heard yours, I was like, it gave me that little piece, that little nudge I needed to, like, open up about something. I've told 2 people in my life up to that point.
Yeah.
About 2 people, my mom and my wife. And here I am, 60 hours later into the project, and I'm telling 14 other men something that I would have never, I couldn't even speak about some of that stuff.
Right.
I mean, thousands of dollars on therapy.
We talk about it all the time too, is because, like, imagine if we would have if you tried that iteration of training, like, within like 2 hours of being there.
Absolutely not. It's not the same. You have to be stripped.
You have to be just
all
exhausted.
Your willpower. You just have to be like, I'm here. I'm just going to keep suffering. It's one foot in front of the other.
Right.
Just keep moving. But once you get into that place mentally, you have no guard. It's just, at the same time, I'm suffering. All these guys, I know I showed up pretty in shape, and I know a lot of those guys were not even close to as shape as I was.
Yeah.
So in my head, it has to be a lot harder for those guys. You know, they didn't spend 6 months in Ranger school. I recycled twice. Yeah. You know, I spent 6 months.
Well, I just had Will on. How long was Will in Buds? A year?
I think he said he was. I think he rolled 2 classes. And he
Two or three classes.
Graduated his 3rd class.
Yeah.
See, I mean, it's like, funny, but at the same time, that's an attest. That's a fucking savage.
Yeah, dude.
That's
Because
You would volunteer to
Motherfucking
stick around and not
savage.
be like, you know what, man, this go around, I'm fucking done.
could you
enough,
imagine
like, I'm
recycling in ITC like that much?
done. No.
Like it's already what, a 9-10 month program?
I mean, at the time that I went through, it was a 10-month program. We had recycles come through. I mean, I was only the 3rd class, so there's only so many people that could have been recycles.
Like, dude, it is not you're miserable.
Oh, yeah, dudes
Yeah.
came in, but not many of them. Many of them came in, and then I don't think any of them actually completed the rest of it.
Like at that point, your body is just fucked.
Deal with
Body
it.
and the fucking mind. I think.
Deal with
Yeah.
Do I really want this
Deal with
anymore? Is this really what I came here and do I?
You
Truly
have to want it.
desire
So if to
achieve
to
this?
do 60 days or to do a year in Buds, like
You're fully committed.
I'm either doing this or I'm dying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And it's you just have to want it. You know.
Yeah.
I don't. But not just want it. It's almost you're cut from a particular type of cloth where you just can't. I can't stop.
Yeah.
You know, I can't. Like, what do I do because my wife married me with this perception of like I was this, you know, getting up at 4 a.m., going to the gym, training, eating right, working hard, blah, blah, yada, yada, like alpha, whatever kind of. But I was just a tough guy. Like, I wasn't a true alpha. Like, I wasn't.
You weren't doing all the other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't the husband I should have been.
Yeah.
I wasn't the father I should have been. You know, I wasn't the savage servant that my family deserved. I was just, I paid the bills. You know, and I get pissed off sometimes. Check the box.
You did what was set as an example prior to you.
Right. So you think because you're providing that you're taking care of your family. But sure, you're taking care of your family, but monetarily, they have a roof over their head. They have food on their plates. But where's the love? Where's the
Not
peace?
showing up in the other aspects of life.
Yeah. Where's the kindness? Where's the love? Where's the peace? Where's the happy? There was no happy. It was just, all right, I got to go to work. I'm going to be back 16 hours later. I'm going to be an asshole when I get home.
Joe, I got a question for you, man.
Yes, sir.
So, like, during your Ranger stint, right, and then getting out, and then you said essentially like you were the alpha, you know, quote unquote, in certain areas or aspects of life, but not in other aspects.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going
Is
to
there
pick it
like
up at. Yeah.
If you could look back on it now, probably not while you were there because you're in it and most people can't figure it out, but now looking back, was there like a reason or justification that you had for yourself or that you could place on it of like why you weren't following through with all those other things?
I just don't think I knew any better. To be honest,
be
honest, I don't think that I just
You did
Man, I grew up
the role models that you had didn't set the right example.
man. I don't want to say that.
No,
type
that's
of
for
example,
me.
I don't wanna
For
say
me,
that. Like,
I'll
well,
say
for
that
myself.
I'll say that for me. Like I didn't know. I had no idea what a good father looked
Oh,
like.
my dad's always been awesome.
Do you see
But
it?
he was always gone. Like he was in the Rangers. Then he
Yeah,
went to
yeah,
SF.
but like,
So-
and so
I'm
I
not-
wasn't. I didn't grow up with my.
but like,
sons.
what does a good father look like? What does that role model look like? The types of men that we talk about being, the three of us and all of our community talk about being. What does that look like? What does a good husband look like? I had no benchmark.
For me, it was be the man that was opposite of the couple of men that my mom had married. You know, my mom found, you know, and like,
Yeah,
that's my
and that's a
example.
good lesson.
I knew what I didn't want to be.
Yes.
Yeah,
Watching my mom suffer the way she suffered.
which is a good starting point. But
Right.
it gives you like
But that's
a
growing
general
up.
perspective.
Yeah.
But then you need like hard lines of like what are those things that I do want to be, so that I can go forth and achieve and try to reach those aspects.
Like maybe like,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a vector of what you don't want to be, but like what is what you want to be actually look like? Like what are those parallels? What are those things that you would like to be?
So that's what kind of brought me back. What you said is like the way you were showing up before the project, and then how things have changed since then. Like what did that life? What was your mindset, and what did that life look like prior to? It's like how were you showing up, and how were you acting then versus
Prioritizing work over my family under the guise of providing, because I thought that was my, you know, like
The
I'm providing.
1950s?
Yeah.
Like the 1950s, Dad? Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd work. I'd 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
And a 2 hour round trip. You know, I'm 18 hours a day. I'm home. I'm pissed off. I eat food. I go to bed, or I get wife butt. Then I go to bed.
yeah, and then you repeat the process.
But at the same time, I was a dick. I was an asshole to everybody in my home. I mean, and the minute I walked in, I could almost feel the energy of the house just wither away. because Dad's home.
Because you'd suck it out of
Yeah,
suck it out
and
of the
that's
house.
not it.
How awful is that?
It sucks to
That
think
makes
about
me.
because
That makes me feel.
Money's the only thing you were providing at that point.
right, and
Yeah.
security. But
Yeah, I mean, like,
it's. I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna do my best not to get emotional because like I can't credit my wife enough for being as patient as she was. Like, cause she saw the good. She saw the good.
Mine as well. Undeservingly patient.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And at this point, my son had moved in with us, or our son had moved in with us. You know, and
Which congratulations, by the way.
Thank
That's
you,
super
thank you.
fuck. That's super cool.
you know, like, but when his mother and him left, that left a giant hole. I was like, I got to be super dad. So every time I'd go home once a month, excuse me, for a week, I'd fly from North Dakota to Texas and I'd spend 10 days with him. Mm-hmm. But I was just fun dad. Hey, let's go to the arcade. Let's go to the whatever, and we went and did stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't dad.
You weren't teaching.
Right.
Leading.
I wasn't teaching.
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, this is the fun stuff we're going to do.
Yeah.
And then when he came up and I had to start being dad, I almost didn't know how. And when he wanted to hang out, I'm like, but I'm busy. And then he'd come a little bit later, and then I'm pissed because I'm irritated with work stuff, or I've been up for the last 20 hours working on some project for some asshole in corporate oil field America, and he'd want to hang out, and I wouldn't give. He'd give a good example. I spent 5 months away from him. That's the longest stint I've ever gone in my life. But I did that because, well, I'm gonna get him this summer, and then I have him for 2 school years. Mm-hmm. So like, to me, in my head, I justify skipping spring break.
Yeah.
Which is the wrong answer.
Yeah.
But fast forward to when I go down to get him, the first fucking day I was home, I spent 13 hours on my laptop. 13 hours. He walked up, hey, Dad. And, like, this is my first time, like, this is my first day. I saw him that evening, obviously, but that was the first day I had with him in 5 months. And I'm sorry, buddy, I got to finish this up. Give me 10 minutes. Fast forward, 8 hours. And even my mom's like, Joe, what are you doing? Like, this isn't, because when I come home with him, I'm always like, hey man, let's go do stuff. And then that thing, I almost had a mental breakdown because like it was just that first day. And then the second day I spent another 12 hours. And my grandparents show up who I haven't seen in 8 months. Mm-hmm. And they're just sitting in the living room, and I'm on my laptop, my headphones on, in conference calls with a bunch of asshole engineers talking about shit that they don't even need me for. They didn't even need me there for this stuff. It's
a boundary issue, basically.
It was a huge boundary issue, but it's a boundary that allowed them to cross. Yeah. And I didn't put my foot down ever, because it's corporate, oil field stuff. These things need to get done. And if I'm the project coordinator and I run this office, it's my responsibility and obligation and duty to facilitate what is required. But at the same time, not at the expense of my family.
Yeah, and that's
I was going to say
and see that because that's the big lie that we tell ourselves, that you have to do this stuff, right? But the reality is, when it's all said and done and we make it to this proverbial finish line, which doesn't exist, but down the road in life, this finish line, is all those engineers would be the ones crossing the finish line with you, or is it your wife and your kids?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, yeah.
It's your family.
Yeah.
But are they even going to be there if you don't get your shit together and create boundaries and actually pour into them and with love and compassion and all the things that you need to teach them?
Yeah, I don't even know how to reply to that, man. I'm embarrassed looking back at who I was.
Yeah, it's me.
I am.
I think all of us.
I'm genuinely and I still apologize to my wife. Like, I'm sorry for the last 12 months. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But like after the project, man, like it's like almost something shifted.
So clarity.
Like, she had this perspective that I was like this, like nothing's gonna break me, kind of man. And I knew that if I had quit the project, like, how can I look my wife in the face and tell her that I
was that guy?
Yeah. How am I gonna? And if anyone tells you they don't think about quitting, they're full of shit. They're full of fucking shit. I thought about quitting every time Steve opened his mouth, like, fuck this, I'm done, I'm out. I'm out. But and then I don't. But
do you know when Mario thought about quitting?
Probably when Steve threw his backpack in the ice bath.
No, it's actually funny. So did you see the picture of me sitting in the pit, just like looking down, like all sad?
Maybe, probably.
Yeah, so we had our shirt. I think it was after like an ice bath and stuff. We were just sitting out there, and I was just like, I feel like I want to quit.
I put them in a cigar shape and just with their backs to each other, because they were just ate up.
Oh no, I watched.
Ate up.
We all watched.
Ate up as a football bat, man, the whole
We
time. And I was
watched.
like, you know what? I think they need some time by themselves to work their shit out.
That's what the pit's for.
And so we put them in the pit, and it was like what, dusk.
It was,
And
yeah.
And so it was cold, and the wind was like the sun was setting,
wet,
so it was,
yeah.
and they were wet.
Yeah, yeah.
So they had no shirts on, and we just set them in a cigar shape out there in the pit, back to back, to let them. And I backed everybody off because I wanted them to kind of quietly whisper each other to like figure their shit out. And there's a picture of Mario, and he's just sitting Indian style in the pit, and he looks so sad.
I'll put it on screen for everybody.
He looks so sad. He said that was the moment. He was like, "Fuck this! I want to go home."
Well,
You should frame that picture.
Huh?
You should frame that picture.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should.
I-
Yeah.
As like that reminder of like, hey man, I almost fucking did. I had a glimmer of a thought.
Yeah.
Yet I did not.
Yeah.
And so like you can, you can fucking persevere.
Yeah, it could be like a reminder.
Yep.
Yep.
It's just funny. What were you thinking?
Fuck. I think because everything was kind of like we weren't doing anything. I think it was just kind of like almost like shit was catching up, and you're like, "Fuck."
That's what the pit does, man.
Yeah, dude. But we
You're
were just
suffering,
sitting.
but you're
no,
suffering at such a low.
but
pace.
we weren't actually in the pit though. We were just sitting there.
Well, that's still the pit.
Oh, I know, but
Still sucks.
It's
Yeah.
still it's still
sucks
the energy is
everything
sucking out of the ground.
yeah,
It's just even just the name the pit already makes you just
yeah,
know?
yeah,
But at the same time, when you finish, like the pit's where all the self reflection took place.
yes.
Yeah.
It's where
Yeah.
all the genuine like
Because the first time in your life, you don't have to worry about anything. There's nothing to worry about except what you're doing right there, and it gives you clarity. Because you're like, I don't have a phone, I don't have a watch, I don't
know
have
what
any.
time it is.
There's no time it is.
I don't know what's gonna happen next.
So it's just me and my fucking demons.
Yep.
What
Yeah.
type of man do I want to be? You know?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, good little insight.
I really think that there's a lot of growth attached to physical suffering and the reflection that takes place in that the physical aspect of everything we did. Like it sucks, sure, yeah, keyboard warriors can say what they want on Instagram, but they just don't. If they don't get it, you just don't get it, dude.
Yeah, and
I
that,
don't have to tell you, man. You don't get it. You can run your mouth all you want while you fucking sit there and eat Cheetos and play video games in your mom's basement into your 40s. Like I have nothing for you. I don't care. I don't even acknowledge it because you don't get it. You just don't get it. You're not cut from the same cloth. You're not gonna. You don't get it. You're not the kind of man that's gonna build America.
So, and it's kind of amazing. Like I watch the graduates and what happens to their life afterwards. Just the networking alone, like just the people that you have like in your network, and that kind of led you to joining us on the coaching staff of the Agoge. And so, what's that experience been?
Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Like originally when we had talked on the phone,
You wanted to join.
I wanted to join. 'Cause I just need. Because I'm back to corporate,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, and I'm another fucking rat in the rat race. I wasn't like lower man. I was like upper middle management, but you get shit on.
Yeah.
You have to explain to these guys why these guys are fucking up, or anyway. And I just was over it, and at some point everything shifted. I in a meeting and in a kickoff meeting, like plant manager, engineer, a big meeting. I said, you know what? Close my laptop. Say, fuck this, and I just walked out. I quit. I quit. Like legit. I opened the door, walked out of the fucking.
And you were making and
money.
just for everybody to hear this, you were making like high six figures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, middle of the lower end.
High.
Just say it.
I guess it's
but-
not high.
No, but compared to people, what people's perception
Oh, yeah.
is
Yeah,
is
that case.
fucking
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You were not wanting for much.
No.
Yeah.
And
Like
but it just
5-6 times the national average.
Yes, bro. Yeah.
yeah. Probably. I don't know. Probably.
What is the national? Was the nat?
36,000.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like 10 times.
That's what I'm saying. So, that's my exact point.
But my point is like unless all the other areas in your life are good, like money don't mean shit.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. Because my home was unhappy. I was unhappy. I was unfulfilled. I could send my wife anywhere on the planet. You want to go to Paris, babe? I'll send you to Paris for a week. But I got to stay here and I got to run this office. I just had enough. So I closed my laptop. I walked out, and I had no idea what I was like. Fuck, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? Like, I don't have a backup plan. I don't have this. I don't have that. Oh, we're talking about the Agoge. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
So, but that was, I think it was within that helped me give me the Agoge helped me make that decision. Because when I started working and talking with other men about their problems, it helped me stay aligned with the things that I need to do. My my privileges to my family. It's a privilege to get up and provide for your family.
Yeah.
If you don't wake up with a smile knowing that you get to provide for a woman that has your back through absolutely anything, and for a son or a daughter, in whatever case, that you're going to be able to mold in a way that they don't have to have the same hard lessons you did, that you get to pass on something to them that is worthwhile. Like, I'm not passing off alcoholism to them. I'm not passing off an addiction problem to them. I'm passing off guidance on how to be a good man.
Yeah.
You know, you defend your home, provide for your family, love up your wife, love up your kids, and just pay your taxes. Go to work and just build. Just keep moving the needle forward. Don't get me wrong, I don't like taxes.
I'm going to try to not pay my taxes.
You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? You know, and so when I quit, and excuse me, backpedal again. So I was talking to you on the phone. I had every intention of joining because I just needed that again. Because like I slipped back into that. You know, I started slipping back into it, and it was hard for me to pull away from it because the money was so good. You know, and then I felt stuck. And so when I talked to you, and you offered me a job, I was like, oh, absolutely. You know, cool. I mean, that's a lot more than I was anticipating. I was just here for the 2 Zoom calls a week, you know? Like, I just need someone to help me reset myself every other week, you know, every week. And now, man, I get to do it daily. You know, and now it's just where I live. It's not something I don't want to say I don't need help. Because I genuinely believe after the project that men absolutely need a tribe. Yeah. You can't do it because I was doing it on my own. I'm in bumfuck North Dakota.
Well, that's one. Like, I think that's one thing over. You know, when you talk about, let's look at the macro plan of demasculating men in America, right? What was really big pre-70s? Lots of men's groups in various different ways, whether it was through the church, whether it was a community, whether it was you know, a lodge or something like that. It was very normal for like certain days of the week that the man would get off work and then have to go to this thing and commune with a bunch of other men. But that's not a reality anymore.
No, it's not. It absolutely should be.
Like, but it was like
should be.
The majority of the population of men had that. Now, is there still things like that? Sure, but it's way less common. And because of the phones and internet and things like that, they've given it the opportunity to pass that by. Because I could just do this, or I just need this,
or just fill it with something else.
They fill it with some bullshit.
They fill their privileges to their families with other bullshit that's self-induced. Like, you're selfish.
Yeah,
you're a man. Provide, protect, and love them.
But like you said to the tribe thing, like we absolutely, like, you know, you take away society. What did men do? They would get together, they'd meet, and they'd go hunt fucking an animal together, right?
With sticks,
you know, with sticks.
Yeah, now
like
we have places. Fuck that.
And granted,
we have gluten allergies now, and we used to fucking kill giant tigers with fucking sticks. And now you can't eat a fucking peanut. You know? I mean, the peanut allergy might be a little different, but you know what I mean.
I agree, but you're right. That is the point. And then when you're out in the jungle or out in the woods with a group of men, you're like hanging out.
So that was one thing, I forget where I heard it, but that was like there's a communication and an interactable bonding that is a very stark difference between men and women.
Yeah.
And men, typically we need to do something, right? Like I invite you over to my house, and even though we're not mechanics, like maybe we're fucking wrenching on a motorcycle or we're gearing on an engine to a car. And then as we're moving the mechanical aspect of whatever it is that we're doing, then we talk a little bit. We open up a little bit. We just you don't come to the house and pour a bottle of wine and sit in the bathtub together and fucking talk about our day.
That works for them though.
Like,
but
men need a communal thing that they're doing. And that begins to start to crack our shell to open up. It has to be work.
So it's funny. Like I'll have somebody come over and we'll get to talking about something. I'm like, oh yeah, the Jeep is having this issue, and next thing you know, we're out there
figuring it out.
We're out there like, well, let's just go. Let's
go fuck with it.
What are we doing? Let's go fuck with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's go look at it. You know, or there's an issue here. Like there's, you know, whatever it is. But you're absolutely right. There's like this inherent need. There's an issue.
There's a big fucking issue.
It's a gap. It's a gap in your life. You have this huge gap in your life, you know. And Allie's been real because of how busy I am. But that's the reason why, like, you know, I like pouring into the project, because it's not just me pouring into a group of men. I mean, I get the same thing because I get to be with all of those guys.
That's why I go to the project still. That's why I love being a part of the Squire or
right.
the Crucible or the project.
Like, that's my...
We're about to run it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, there you go.
The Crucible in 2 weeks. We'll be right back here doing the same exact thing. And then, like, today is a beautiful... Like, I get to clear my schedule. And then today, what do? We had... I don't even know. How many guys were in the gym?
20 plus.
Fuck, dude.
Like 20 dudes.
I anticipate there being that many people.
20 dudes in here. And dudes that volunteer for no payment to come to help support the Squire program.
It's tribe.
Right. And then it's like, they're like, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to show up early.
It's going to work.
We're going to get a freaking workout in, you know.
Start moving equipment around.
And then we'll start moving equipment around. So, like, we get in there for 2 hours. Some of the young guys, the young men that already graduated Squire come to help. So they want, of course, you know, they want a shot at the title. So we get to roll with them and beat them up a little bit. And then...
beat you up.
And then, yeah, beat me up.
Got tapped today.
And I did. Little kid caught me in an arm bar. Sort of. Sort of. And what a beautiful moment. And then I get to have a really beautiful intimate moment with Malachi, talking about, you know, not having a father, growing up without a father, but then him, you know, kind of realizing what type of man he wants to be as he's entering adulthood. And like,
you're in the right place, bud.
Holy shit, what a better freaking place to be around, right?
Like, you're in a room.
Yeah.
You have access to all of us.
You have access to all of us, and that's what I told him. I said, dude,
I said,
kid, you've got a
way ahead
home.
Of us.
Way we didn't have.
I didn't get my shit together.
And
38.
And that's
38.
what.
38 fucking years
still
old.
working on it.
And I'm not gonna be, but.
But that's what I told him. I said, here's the deal, dude. You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. It's like, we didn't have these role models. We didn't have these guidelines. Fuck no. You know. But my point to all of it is like, how awesome is it to be in that gym with that group of men lifting weights
by itself. Yeah.
It's just so awesome.
It's uplifting.
And then tomorrow we get to create the whole thing over.
It's times 100 tomorrow.
To text to a whole nother level, to a whole nother generation of young men. Like,
and then help their fathers understand their role. You know?
Yeah, sometimes I do. I think that, and you saw that last Squire program out in Black Site. Yeah. But I think a lot of times the Squire program, and it was for Ed, who's running the logistics here. He said the Squire program was probably more beneficial for him than it was.
Well, I fucking hope so.
No, that's how it should be.
I mean, they're the ones that are supposed to be
they're the
leaders.
ones leading the home.
Again, I say supposed to be. And
absolutely.
hopefully will be, right? But they need to like implement the tools and stuff that they're going to learn.
Because it's one thing to show a kid how, like, you show him the way.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't have that guidance, he's 12 or 11, 12, 13. Yeah. They're going to get influenced by their friends at school. They're going to get influenced by the internet. They still need that solid foundation.
The influence should be from the father.
Right. But when they get home, they're being raised by a family that lives by a particular value, a particular trait. Like, this is how we live our life. Yeah. We're good people. We do right. We take care of ourselves. We stay in shape. We live by a code, live by these values. And if you don't, that's where you're going to end up. I mean, look at, I'm not going to keep rambling about that, but like that, if you don't have that, you're going to end up like us in your mid 30s, pushing 40 until you finally get your shit together. If that you even get your shit together.
The gross majority of them don't.
And then
they make excuses. They make excuses. Why? Did you see my rant video? I got pissed off at the internet.
Probably. I've seen it all.
Dude, this guy is drinking half a handle of freaking vodka. He gets in here. He's like, I got 2 kids. I want to be a better dad. And he's like, and he you know, I'm like, dude, I commend you for reaching out to me, right? And he goes, I'm like, okay, here you go. This is what we need to do. I was like, you need to get in here. We need to start setting some goals. We need to start setting some guidelines of like what your do's and do nots are, some non-negotiables, right? And then let's build a plan and start executing.
Yep.
Join the mentorship group.
Yep.
Went off. You're a scam. You're scamming people, blah, blah, blah. And talking about it was just too expensive. $2.99 a month.
Stop drinking, bud. How much money are you going to save?
Half a handle a day, bro.
Calculate that out.
Like
That's a pretty
even
penny.
if you cut that to a quarter handle a day to start things off, that should be enough. You know,
Right.
like
but
that's not a. That's
and
not a
I
legitimate
just
excuse.
went off on him, but
you're consciously choosing
Right.
this toxic thing you're doing
that's-
that's bleeding your family out.
But unfortunately, that's what men do, right? They just make the gross majority are just going to make excuses. Like Mario's not to throw. I don't know. Hopefully, your friend doesn't listen to the podcast.
I don't care either way. He needs to hear it.
Okay.
So you had a cop. Yeah, he does need to hear it. You had a former law enforcement officer, right? That I forgot what it was, smoking or something.
Yeah,
he was overweight.
He's overweight. He since he graduated, he's been gradually gaining weight, just like
Yeah.
we all do. It's the same thing I did. So he reached out to me, asked me how much it was, like what it's about, everything. So I explained everything to him. I told him the price. He said the same thing. He smokes, he vapes, and whatever.
Does both.
Yeah, I know.
He stinks and he's a nerd.
So I told him the price. He goes, "Bro, I don't have $300." And I'm like, "Okay, stop vaping and stop smoking cigarettes, and I can guarantee you'll have $300 to pay."
Or just cut one of them out.
And I was like, "Yeah."
time being.
He goes, he says something about, "Oh yeah, I'm spending it on cigarettes and a wedding." I'm like, "Okay, so you stop smoking, you fucking lose weight, you look great, or you look great and you look great for your wedding. Like, why do you not want to fucking do that?" And then he just never responded.
But here's the thing: is like, and I love the book. Did you ever read? Before the project? Did you read Outwitting the Devil?
Yep, that was my favorite one.
Isn't that amazing?
Did you do the audio one where they do?
I did the audio one.
Better. It's
Yeah.
actually better.
I did the audio
I like
one.
how they have the devil has his own voice.
Yes,
Like, that makes it work really well.
But when and that book is so old, man, and when it's spot on. When I heard about the control mechanisms of all those, like how they use vices to control you, it made me go like,
Done.
I don't want to ever be like fuck a vice of anything.
Right.
Like I'm out, bro. I'm like I don't want to be part of that system, and that's when I hear. Like when I hear what that is, and when guys DM me and I hear those excuses, I'm like, fuck, dude. I just want to shake them because I'm like,
they're still in the Matrix, man.
Yeah, bro. Like
it.
break free from that shit, man. Like there's another way. And it's just, oh God, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because
It's frustrating because they're going to pass that on to their children,
yes.
and then that's the next.
And it's
generation.
like, how do we make
next
the
generation society?
Someone's
That's
got
gonna
to
keep-
fucking cut the head off.
Yes. How do
Someone's
we
gotta
make
stop
this
it.
thing better?
If you don't like it, you didn't like what you received,
Yeah.
and then you're bitching about kind of where you are right now, and then you look at your children, right? Like this is what we were talking about the other day. Is like,
Yeah.
what would you value in a man, someone who's your friend or someone that you would look up to? Like, are you teaching your child those values? Yes or no? And more than likely, you're probably fucking not, or you're not, or you're accepting a lack in those characteristics because it's your son.
Yeah.
Or you're just too fucking lazy or not intelligent enough to figure it out. Now you're going to create another generation, and then you're going to leave it on that kid or
But it gets
many of
worse.
those kids.
It'll get progressively worse.
To be those ones to figure it out.
right. Right.
Like
You're
there's no
kicking the can down the road, man.
there's no right in the ship if we allow that, if we allow all that to continue on. That's where I feel like we've just with the Agoge, with Josh, and here's the thing, not to be, and we're not hypocrites because I've done it all.
Dude, I'll raise my hand and fucking own up to whatever you want.
Everything. I've fucked up all kinds of shit in all kinds of areas. I overdrank. You know, I ran around with women. I did all of it, dude. I did all of it. So like, I get it, but I just made a decision to be better.
And how much is life better?
Oh, it's harder.
Yeah, but it's harder so you can have that better.
Yeah.
It's harder so you can create better for your kids.
Exponentially better.
But you get
Exponentially.
better, so is it really harder?
That's
or
what I
you
was
just
gonna say.
level
It's
it
not
up
really-
the level of
we're
execution.
yeah.
You know?
Life is harder because you're constantly
Doing hard
pushing the
things.
needle. You're constantly doing hard
You
Life
like
things.
to
is
do
better.
exceptional things and have exceptional things and beautiful things and be able to do fun stuff. That's the hard work you're putting in, is so you can benefit really greatly.
'Cause I think of the Andy Garrison, one of our tier 1 clients. You know, he was having a rough week, and it was kind of cool because I said, well, yeah, you're having a rough week. You could be back at your old corporate job, doing that job,
Yeah, that's a good perspective.
getting
That hits me.
underpaid,
Yeah.
and going home frustrated to your wife and being miserable and being unhealthy. And he like responded back in voice text. He's like, yeah, fuck that.
That's all it needs, though, sometimes.
Yeah, I said,
Simple
remember,
reminders.
remember, you had a rough week because you intentionally are driving forward and making your life better. That's why it's a rough week, because you've got the foot on the gas. That's why you had a rough week. But if you take a step back, you had a rough week because you chose to have a rough week, because you're growing your business, you're dating your wife, you're being a great father to your kids. That's why it was a rough week.
It's for me, it's not so much that it's rough, it's hard. But it's doing the hard that creates the good.
Yeah.
You know, and then the hard is not really so much hard anymore, but just because it just becomes who you are. Like, I don't know how to not wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning anymore, take a cold shower, go do something stupid in my garage.
Right.
You know, if I don't do that, I took the L already for the morning.
Joe does do stupid stuff in his garage.
Yes.
He's like, what's your workout thing? I don't know, whatever makes me hurt. And then I finish.
That's what it is, man. I don't have a plan.
You actually program for other people, but you don't program for yourself.
But I know what I need to do. Like, I need this particular modality trained today, so I'm going to pick this 150-pound sandbag up 100 times and push it above my head in 5 minutes. Like, that's my goal right now. And it's going to suck.
Yeah.
But it's only going to suck for 5 minutes. The sense of accomplishment beyond that sets the tone for the rest of the day. And then I go get my cold shower because it's North Dakota, so it's cold. It's not like the West Coast fucking cold showers. You know.
Dude, let me tell you.
You know
Ding, ding. All you California boys out there.
Take cold showers. It's like fucking
It's like 70 degrees. 70 degrees.
That's what we were talking about this morning. The cold water that comes out of my tap is probably like your warm water.
Yeah, I know.
It's room temperature.
Yeah.
And that's not their fault. It's
No.
They should go just hop in a cold plunge. Then.
That's
But
why I have a
still,
cold plunge.
There you go. But it's just work, man.
Yeah.
It's just hard.
It's so
honest
rewarding,
work,
though.
Conscious decisions,
And
heart,
and
soul.
you remember I gave that hard over easy talk at the project. I give it every project. And if you guys anybody that comes to the Crucible, will probably get the same talk. But you know, we talk about that, and I kind of bing.
Sorry.
Can you put like a doing sound, like a dong?
Yeah.
We talk about that in the aspect of if you are the thing that you're proud of the most in your life. If you look at something and you think back like, oh, I'm really proud of this thing that I did or this thing that I achieved. It was never something that came easy.
No.
You didn't fucking work for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that you're always like that is burned into your memory is typically one of the hardest things you've ever done. Like you ask a woman, what's one of the biggest things you're
I was
proud
just
of?
thinking the same thing.
Giving birth.
Yep, I was just thinking the same fucking thing.
Like, fuck, first of all, let's just be real. Fuck that, right? Not something that I ever want to partake in or experience.
We tolerate them for 9 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just fucking joking. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
We love you.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, that is that. And what do they say? Motherhood is typically like one of the most things I'm ever proud of. That was incredibly difficult. Not only just the birth, but the whole 9 months leading up to it, right? And then what it is, it's like, oh, starting a business or having a successful business. Well, that shit wasn't easy. Triathlon, bodybuilding show. I did a bodybuilding show in X, and I got this. Regardless of the outcome, like they're proud that they went through the journey and did it. Why? Everything that it is
It's a journey.
is journey.
Creates it.
Graduating Ranger School, becoming a Raider. You know what I mean? Like going through selection, getting selected, and coming ITC. Anything that it is worth anything was fucking difficult.
Those guys we have for the photo shoot. Fucking George, all the work he's been putting in and all those other
Yeah,
guys.
over
It's
260 to 5% body fat.
That's phenomenal.
like that.
What was his weight there at the end? Like 150 something, 160 something.
I think he was
Like the
160.
struggle,
Yeah, he
just
cut
to,
off
just to
100
get
pounds.
some photos and videos taken of you. I say just, you know what I mean? Like to get photos and videos taken of you. Like
He's
you're
a
not,
specimen, though.
you know, yeah, but I mean, like you're not like on TV. You're not winning a fucking gold medal.
it's just
Like,
for you.
It's to see where you can push your body and what you
Right.
can do. That's a struggle. It's a push, and it's fucking hard. Those guys, like, it was brutal for them. On the backside, they got that victory of like, holy shit, I can now do this.
What else
I've
can
been
I do
able to
now?
achieve this.
Yeah.
Check in the box. Boom.
I think he was low 80s, 180s.
So he cut off 80 pounds.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
I mean,
And he looks good.
Oh,
he looks
bro.
great.
His
He's shredded.
His physique is
He's
ridiculous.
got fucking back abs.
He does have back
That's a
abs.
good
Did you
thing.
see that?
Yeah,
It was
it's a thing.
And I said, George, how did you get back abs? I mean, I coach him, but I was like, how'd you get back abs? He goes, I think it was from the heavy front for so long. Once I got rid of the fat, I actually had muscle. I had muscle back there from carrying the gut around for so long. But like, dude, he is I wish I could take the feeling he has and the life experience he has of where he's at today, and for 3 seconds, give it to somebody else and say, this is the...
That's all it would take. If you could put that in a pill, $1 billion idea.
But for 3 seconds, just to give them a taste.
That's it.
So that...
That's all it takes.
So that they could see why it's worth the work,
Yep.
why it's worth all this other thing.
Yep.
You know, because the back end is just like, God dang, man, watching him and his family and and he's coming to Squire tomorrow with his kid. So like, yeah, how awesome is that, right?
Because that's just one more layer of growth.
There's no way he would have been able to do that when he first started.
No,
so now he's able to provide an opportunity for himself.
Dude, I love that story where he talks about his son. Did you see that when he in the group when he talked about that?
With the one calls.
In one of the mentorship calls, he goes, he brought up his son and he said, his son told him, Dad, well, you know, I'm not like you. I like to work out and this and that. And he just basically like put his dad down, saying that
You're not who I want to be.
You're not who I want to be.
I don't think there could be anything that would hit a dad's heart and soul
He's like,
harder than your son
because he's
you.
overweight and he can't perform. And he's like, and his son was like, I want to do sports. I want to work out. I want to build muscle. And he's like, I don't want to be like you.
That sucks.
But that's just the honest perspective of a child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no filter. He didn't mean to talk
He was
shit about his dad. He was just being
right.
honest. Like,
Right.
hey, man.
Guess what he says now?
Works out together now.
Yeah.
They
He's
work
like,
out, they go to
Dad,
gym
when I grow up, I want abs like you.
Yeah, that's a reel
how
on
good
Nick's
that feels?
Instagram.
Like when my
Say
kid,
what?
When my
So that's a
kid's
reel
like,
on your Instagram. He talks about it, so you can see his transformation on Nick's Instagram.
Oh, it's from the
If you
webinar.
guys- yeah, it's from the webinar. So if you guys
Yeah.
want to see it, definitely go to his Instagram and check that out.
Dude, how freaking cool is like to be a dad and to hear that? I mean, that was just
it's everything, man.
Yeah.
Like my wife's in Vegas with our kid doing her wife's stuff and her bodybuilding stuff. And,
killing it, by the way.
Oh yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and now it's a thing where my kid's saying is like, I want to do something hard. I can't tell you how huge that is for my kid. Like, he grew up in a concrete jungle in Houston with his mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's phenomenal. Like, she and I have a phenomenal relationship. She's a great mother.
Great.
Phenomenal mother. Super easy to co-parent with. Single mom, college, full-time job. Well, not full-time, but part-time job. Two part-time jobs. She didn't have a whole lot of time. Like, she's school providing.
Well, that's why why it's so crucial that you have both roles in the life. Yeah.
But so he grew up on his iPad, and he wasn't really never doing anything hard. He never made his bed. He never had any kind of real structure. Really good kid, just at his core, just who he is as a human. Mm-hmm. He's a good kid. He's going to be a good man. But now he wants to do the hard shit.
I remember when he first came to you, were you guys doing, you were holding pads for him. You were teaching him to box, right?
He was boxing for a little while.
But he didn't initially want to do it,
He
right?
wasn't doing this shit.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing this shit. I had an order of bricks delivered.
I remember that. Yeah.
Just dumb fuck games, you know, like, I need you to move these over there.
Yeah, I was wondering when I saw that, I was like, does he really need those bricks moved, or is he just making him move those bricks from one place to the next?
It's just work. Just start doing something hard, dude.
Because he had just not.
Right, he'd never been exposed to anything like that, so I'm gonna throw him in the deep end. Yeah, I didn't help him.
How do you do?
We laid them together, but I had him move them for me.
It's one of your properties.
Yeah, well, my property. Yeah, but and now, I mean, dude, he's cool doing hard stuff. You know, the kids adapt that quickly. They just need to be influenced,
but also not be hypocritical and do it in a way that you're not doing.
Oh no, like when we actually started doing the real work, he'd come and help with like maybe an hour, and then like, all right, man, you can go inside, dude. Because like this shit's like, I love you to pieces, but you're gonna get in my way at this point. Because I need to cruise. You know, like, so go ask Tristan if she needs any help with anything.
Yeah.
Okay, Dad. And then now he's like scurries inside, and then Tristan finds something for him to do inside. If she doesn't have anything for him to do, say, hey, go draw something. He's an artsy guy.
Yeah.
Artsy kid. He likes art stuff. So like,
you're making a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's awesome.
Absolutely. He's a completely different kid. Completely different kid. Just because he's got that male influence. He's got, I'm not implying that a woman can't raise a son, but at the same time, they still need that testosterone. They still need to like go grapple, go do something hard. Go.
Well, I think that the best way to say it is, you know, mothers turn babies into boys, and then fathers turn boys into men.
Generally,
and that's the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
You know, and that's why, you know, taking it back to the Agoge, like that's one of the reasons why we we named it I've been running with the name Agoge for jeez.
What helps that you're Greek.
Well, yeah, but it's like the concept. But I used that name for over a decade, and the whole concept of it was just that. It was like
Boys going to be a men.
Boys turn into men, and we have a bunch of men who are boys that need to be turned into men.
Yep.
And I don't mean men as in like
rah.
Yeah, the rah shit that people think it is. It's so much more than that.
Take the time to be with your kids.
Right.
Like spend the time in a little pillow fort, eating a bowl of cereal, watching cartoons.
Whatever it takes, man. Whatever that thing is.
That's alpha.
Yeah.
Like that's taking the time, taking a step back to do something with your kid that's going to create a core memory, regardless of what it is.
Doesn't matter.
You know, like I'd done daddy-daughter dances. Love them.
Yeah.
Love them. Absolutely love them.
I mean, that was. I mean, Josh has got 3 of those.
Yeah, 3 of them.
3 of those things, all different ages. But I've got 2 older girls as well. Did all that, all the little tea party things and all the nonsense and whatever else they can come up with. I'm in it.
You know,
I'm in it to
absolutely.
win it. But the boys are a little bit different, man. It's like Dimitri, man. He wakes up and he chooses violence. He chooses violence.
Always, I mean, his dad was a raider.
Yeah, but he, and it just shows me looking at this now and having the mentors that I've had, being in the place that I have and the work that I've put in my life. I'm like, wow, this kid is going to have an exponentially different life because of the role models that he has in his life. And I mean, you saw, you weren't here. He asked, they went to jiu-jitsu. So they started a toddler jiu-jitsu program. So for 2 to 4 year olds. So they just, it's more like a jiu-jitsu tumbling class.
Yeah.
Right.
But you get them exposed to it earlier.
Introduction.
It's introduction. Yeah. You get them exposed to break falls and mount and side control and just
basics.
tumble stuff
Super
with him.
basics.
Yeah. So he did that. And then when he got done, she texted me and we were up here all working. And she said, hey, he wants to come back and be with you guys.
He'll be with the guys.
He wants to be with the guys.
Come on.
He's like, I want to go to that tall dad. He goes, yeah, the big dad, Josh, Uncle Josh, the big daddy. And dude, he shows back up and he's like,
I'm here. What are we doing?
What are we doing? And he's like all in it. And then James was over there. We were looking at the trail we were looking at everything for Squire for tomorrow. And he never asked for his mom once. He's 3 and he was just in it.
He's part of the tribe.
He's part of the tribe.
Yeah.
But that's what he needs that time. And she says, like, if I go out of town for too long like that, in October I did that. I did Core, the project, and then we did a Johnny Slick shoot, all back to back. And she's like, if he doesn't get enough masculine time, he gets whiny.
That's my kid. He's 11.
Yeah.
He's 11. Like they get to Vegas and they do because he's homeschooled because public schools. That's a whole other conversation. But
don't do it.
I'm not gonna
Opt out.
I'm not going to open that can of worms. Like he likes museums and stuff like because he likes that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So they do stuff like that. He stays busy. They do fun stuff. But 3 days into being there, I miss Dad, and he starts texting me.
Yeah.
Can we play games tonight? Can we play games tonight? Like he just wants to hang out.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, if I don't feel like playing video games at the house, would you want to sit down next to me while I play games? He just wants to be
Exist
in that
in your
presence.
environment.
Right. Right. So he didn't grow up with me. I mean, I wasn't absent. I mean, I was still relatively present. But once he started maturing a little bit, being around me long enough to start understanding, like, this is my dad, he started changing.
Yeah.
He started being a little bit more tough. He wants to be around me a little bit more.
Probably communicate a little bit better.
Yeah. And when he does something good that he's proud of, he's so excited to tell me about it. Mm-hmm. He's so excited. Like, look what I did, Dad. Like, buddy, I'm going to be proud of you regardless. Just the amount of just doing the work is what makes me proud. The fact that you can draw, like you're gifted, is another layer of like, cool. That's pretty cool. But it was the work that you took. It was the last 4 hours you spent sitting down, not saying a word, drawing this thing that makes me proud.
Yeah.
Because you're doing the hard thing. Like, it's hard to sit down and do it. Not for him, because that's what he does.
Be hard for you.
Oh, dude, I got fucked, dude.
4 minutes, I'd be like,
I'd be like, I'm out.
I hire people for that shit.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna go move bricks.
You say that. You say that. That's my time on the weekends.
Yeah.
I put my headphones on and I go lay bricks in my backyard.
That's this guy. Headphones in
me.
and weed eat a whole
I'm
acre.
gonna weed eat, I'm gonna chainsaw.
It's brainless labor that I can just zen out, man. That's like my zen.
It's like basically back to the pit is what you're talking about. Yeah,
It's my reset.
Yeah.
Like I know when I need it. And there's times throughout the week where like I'll just look at the yard and I'm like, oh, I wish it was growing faster. So I could get back out there. And I don't need to spend 16 hours out there. I just need like an hour or 2 hours. I call it like my 2-stroke therapy, you know? Chainsaw, weed whacker, pole saw, and I'll just go out and it's like, hey, I need to go out there, sweat for a little bit, do something kind of mindless, put my body to work, and then I let my brain, you know, do its cycle.
It's a break. It's like a reset. Like you said, it's a reset.
Or I'll go out with no music and because I was talking to someone about it recently. It's like we're inundated so much by electronics, whether it be podcasts, the radio, computers, our phones. When do we do any sort of dedicated time to just let our brain
rest?
Well, just calculate data.
Right.
You know, like so there's a lot of times I'll go do that physical work without any sort of like external aspect to let my brain just do its fucking thing to process. And I'm not thinking about anything specific. I just let it run its course.
You should try that.
Try it.
I haven't done that in a minute.
I've been doing that with a lot of the clients now, man.
I headphones it up and it's usually an audio book.
So that's the thing, though. We're not letting our you know that computer brain, you know, start to process.
Well, it's hard for an entrepreneur to like scale back like that because you have a Ferrari brain,
dude.
And you have not. Yeah,
it's why
on the mentor call the other day. It's like my vice is work. Like that's my vice, and it can be healthy, but if it's not controlled, you could turn into corporate America Joe, where you're coming home kicking your fucking dog,
exactly.
Like you say,
exactly.
You know, you have to find that balance. But like that's my vice. Like I have a 16-hour travel day yesterday. Every single second I had open, like I pull my iPad out and I'm working.
And there's no issue with it for you.
But now,
like for you,
right?
Yeah,
and that's my vice. That's something that my wife's like, all right, cool. We're gonna stop working.
Do you think that is, you know, and I've heard from a lot of other business owners and entrepreneurs, but dude, you have a very erect microphone.
It's a trend.
That's a trend. Do you think that it is,
or am I,
like where we come from, our military background, or do you think it's just a very specific type of
military molded? It reinforced something that was already there.
Okay, so so your opinion is that thing that people have, like me, it was already there.
It's already there. It got reinforced.
Did you see it in the team? Did you see was it a thing that I had there too?
Of working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because even like in high school, like go to school, like playing South Texas football, like we have athletics.
I'm a high school dropout, so I don't know.
I
don't think it was there. I was actually working a lot back then, but it wasn't.
So, you know, you do athletics every day, and you have football practice until 6 o'clock in the evening, and then I'd go to the gym immediately after football practice. It's just I was that athlete.
Yeah,
There's a few of us, but I've always been.
Is that the way it was for you with baseball up there?
I play a lot of baseball, but I also fucked off a lot.
Did you?
Yeah. I never got in trouble. I'm not arrested or nothing. But I did plenty of fucking off.
But it wasn't the same like type of regimented schedule.
There's definitely a regimented schedule.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like you're like school, then baseball until whatever.
Baseball and fucking gym.
That was it.
Yeah.
But like
football or whatever. Yeah.
Looking back, I'm like, well, that same work ethic I have today is just refined.
Yeah.
And it's structured in a way where I can apply similar effort, but generate significantly more output. And now that we've gotten older and we're intelligent, we want to figure out ways to make this machine more efficient to increase more output. And if we feel like we're not moving the needle, we're not progressing. If we're not progressing, we're stagnant. If we're stagnant, we're falling back.
Yeah.
And I think for men that are in the Agoge and like us, you have to continuously progress. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you need to understand that there's a point where you can like, all right, I can hit pause here and progress my family. Mm-hmm. I can hit pause here that's creating all this to go, feed this, and this. And now we have it structured at my house. I mean, credit to my wife for laying the law down, so to speak. I was working too much. Like even on a Saturday, I'm up at 6 on my laptop.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna go in the garage, do something real fast. I'm gonna go hop on my laptop, and she doesn't get out of bed till 7:38. She's like, you been in here
Yeah.
all morning? I was like, yeah. She's like, okay, so let's go get a coffee and go for a drive. Because she already knows how that day is going to go if she doesn't take control.
She just lets you go. You're just going to keep fucking working.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So like,
And then it's going to
sometimes,
having a negative ROI.
right. So like the thing is like that's advice that she's helping me with
Yeah.
because like it's if the needle's not moving, what am I doing?
And the issue with it that I have is I get a lot of intrinsic value from working. Like I do for my own like my own self-worth, my own soul. Like I get a lot of intrinsic value and I feel good when I win. And win for me is like moving the needle on things, on everything, right? But I had to like, and the reason why that this is like the reason why I talk about it is because the same thing for me. I had to retune kind of what that value looked like.
Talked about that years ago.
Years ago.
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried to talk about that years ago.
Because Josh was always on me like, you need to go take a break. He's like, I'm like,
Let's go put those paddle boards in the water. You know what I mean?
yeah. And
But now look at where you're at.
Yeah.
Now look at where y'all are. At. Like you
yeah.
have hundreds of men that you influence to be better, and by them being better, they're creating a better generation later.
And you know what the biggest thing that helped me was the concept of this right here. If I coach you and I say, hey, if you're working 40 hours a week, you're making $500,000. Hey, if I tell you how to work 60 hours a week and what to do in those 60 hours a week, I'll make you $1 million. And you're like, okay, cool, I can do 60 hours a week. That's nothing. Okay, next year I come back and go, okay, you're going to work 80 hours a week. You're going to make 1.5. And then okay, I did that. And now I'm going to get you to 120 hours a week. And then you're going to make $2 million a year. At what point do you go, it's not worth it?
When you push me to 60.
I already,
My goal was to turn that 500 at 40 into $1 million at 40.
yeah. So,
you know,
but that's my point is it's not about the time it's not about how much you're working to trading time for dollars.
It's efficiency.
It's efficiency and scalability.
Yep.
And that's what I want. And now like, cause I got out contracted for about 1.5 years and then, that's a different story, but contracted for 1.5 years. Not that something was stolen, but there's a little bit of a raw deal. I did very well.
Yes.
They took something, did very well with it. I got the shake hand, but that was the catalyst in my brain that was like, oh, if I can do that for somebody else, I should be able to do it for myself. And of course, I thought it was like 6 months, a year. I'll have this wrapped up, all figured out. Took me a decade, but whatever. But the reality was, I realized that it was going to do it for myself, but at that time, it was like I just need to work harder and more instead of scaling. And I was this typical guy. If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. Jesus Christ,
that's the wrong answer.
Wrong.
That was me up until recently. Within the last maybe 2 months, I just started delegating.
That's
now
stupid.
I delegate and I'm like, okay.
Don't you feel like that's it now? Once you break free from that thought process,
I just filled it with more stuff. but the thing is now our output collectively is dramatically
higher.
more.
It's dramatically more, and typically what happens is when you let go of the vine and you start delegating, you focus on your 5%. That's your zone of genius, and anything that's outside of your wheelhouse.
I think it's an ego trip, though.
Yeah, I do.
There's no way that you can do it better than I can do it.
Right.
Because of whatever justification measure model I want to put in place. No,
exactly.
It's a fucking ego trip. It's a huge ego trip. As soon as you can bust that thing down and realize that there might be someone better than you.
There is someone better
X,
than
Y, or Z, and you're really good.
There's somebody better than you at all of it.
Like there's a specific avenue
that's
yours.
Yeah.
You can't cover the full spectrum on your own. Right. But it's an ego trip when we think we can.
Right.
Because I'm the one who can fucking do it, so I'm going to do it. And no one else can do it as good as me, and I'm just going to pull the bootstraps up, and that's what fucking tough guys do, is we just do everything. No.
That's the wrong answer.
Yeah, that's going to get you right into an early grave and a divorce, and your kid's not liking you, and you'll be fat and overweight.
120 hours a week, making
whatever,
a fraction of fucking whatever that is, because you're so stressed out, you're taxed, you're above and beyond anything. You're not fulfilling yourself anywhere else in life.
That's exactly right.
Giving all of your shit to all your supposed loved ones.
Yeah.
Because it's totally fucking fucked.
Yeah, that was me. I'm a recovering non-delegator. And I can almost remember every single time I've said, if you want something done right, you do it yourself. Like, what a fucking douchebag.
Train somebody how to do it the way you want it, then you pay them accordingly.
Dude, you can hire somebody that already knows how to do it. Like, hello, enter Mario. I don't fucking know. Like, people ask me more like camera questions now. I'm like, bro, I haven't touched the camera in fucking years. I have no idea how any of this shit works anymore. You know, like, but that's, you know what? I don't need to. For me to be mean to do what I need to do, I don't need to.
There's just one less stress off you.
It's one less stress. And you know what? And the reality is this. And once I realized it, I was so much more capable of leading and doing the things that I was really good at when I let go of all that bullshit.
Yep. 100%.
And not only that, you give other people opportunity to shine in their zone of genius.
Because now he's over here. And
Right.
look at the people he's going to influence.
Right.
To I don't want to say flip, because that's the wrong, but how many people is he going to influence that's going to help their kids be better?
Right.
That's going to help them be a better husband, help them be a better father.
But if I hold on to everything,
you robbed him of an opportunity that would have helped thousands of people.
exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just sharing the load.
Let go of the fucking vine, gents.
Right button, right seat.
There you go. Yeah. Actually, it's a really good, the simple one. What the heck is EOS?
Oh, I did that one.
If you're an entrepreneur, please read What the Heck is EOS. It's a shorter book. It's based off traction, but it's for dummies. So read What the Heck
Almost
is
would let me
EOS.
into delegating.
Yeah.
Honest.
I mean, it helps. It really does help, and it's a knowledge and perception thing, man. And like once we stop trading our time for dollars, you know, there's just so much opportunity. There's so much money and opportunity in the world. It breaks my heart to see these men just say, "Well, I'm on a fixed income." I'm like, there's no.
Or the VA guys. The guys.
The disability.
I'm
Yeah,
100% disabled, so I can't. Like, shut the fuck up.
I'm 100% disabled.
Like you can.
I have a
find some
job.
Like if you don't have legs and arms, I get it.
No, not it. Travis Mills doesn't have legs, and arms.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you know what I mean. Like there's plenty of guys out there doing.
The guy's got. I don't even know what he's all involved in.
There's some extenuating circumstances that may put mitigation measures in place
Right.
about certain things that you may be able to do.
Correct,
However,
yes.
it doesn't mean you cannot do anything.
Right, and to sit there and say that, oh, I'm this, and I'm just this is what it is. Like I don't accept that.
I'm
I don't
limited,
accept
I'm
that.
limited to this for the rest of my life.
I don't accept
That's
that
like
you
putting me in a
can't
fucking
be more.
cage. Might as well just put me in a prison cell. Like you're no good anywhere else.
Like, who is it? Stephen Hawking that like talks to a robot. Is he
Yes.
alive?
No, he's
He's
dead.
dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Oh yeah.
When did he die?
I think a few years ago. Yeah.
Oh, I'm late to the party.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
are.
Stephen.
Well, you're not into astrophysics. So.
But my point being is like the guy talked through a computer, right? He's a freaking genius.
That's a good. Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
sure he got paid
A lot of money.
a lot of money
Yeah.
to just think through a computer.
Like,
But I'm a vet, and I'm 100% permanent and total disabled, and so I can't work. Sorry,
that's
gents.
I'm not going to go down the VA route. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm not. I have a.
I'll go down that route.
I don't. I
fucking
just
rip it
don't
down.
want to.
I think at times, to be quite honest, though, what it provides you is an opportunity, maybe, to be able to do other stuff, or for your time to be able to do other stuff.
Yes,
It's gonna help you
dude.
develop another part of your
double down,
psyche,
triple down,
your-
quadruple down on top of that.
Yes, that's my point. You did the thing. It sucks that you have the issues that you do. I fucking deal with them. I'm 41. I'm like that 19, you know, or that 2000 Honda Accord, you know,
Whoa.
I know, but I got like 600,000 miles on my bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Mine's got 300,000.
But you literally. But my point being is like I get it, dude. I understand.
No, I
I've got
totally
all
get
the
it.
aches and pains, man. I understand. That's the reason why I fucking sit in the sauna. I get in the cold plunge and I do all the things that I still do because object in motion stays in fucking motion. You know, guess what? Sitting on the couch and being fucking 50
the
pounds
thing.
overweight and not doing anything doesn't help your fucking elements at all.
And then everyone telling you that they get it.
It's
That
okay.
they feel sorry for you. It's
okay,
okay.
just sit down.
No, it's not okay. It's not
not.
okay because you're not happy. You're depressed. You're full of anxiety. You sit at home and you just sit there and think about how sad your life is because what are you doing about it? You're doing nothing about it. And I get it. You're dealt a shitty hand. It sucks, dude. It sucks. What are you going to do about it? Because it is the hand you have been dealt. And you only get one hand in life.
Fold?
You only get one hand in life.
Hold for the next 40, 50.
That's my
however
point. Like,
much longer
do
that I can hold.
something. Do something. Anything to start feeding your soul in a
You know
way
who-
that's going to help you progress
now-
in some manner as a man.
Now, granted, I might have taken it a little on the aggressive side, but the first person who taught me this, and Josh and I did this. We worked with vets years ago, and I'll be honest, I coddled him. I was like, oh, and I was going through my own stuff too. That's where the book came from. But I was like, it does suck, and woe is me, and like, patting their back and be like, it does suck. I'm sorry, but you're going through all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. It was Carl Munger.
Oh.
He was like, you know him?
Know the name.
Know the name? Another Ranger, big mentor of mine. Great dude.
Incredible human.
Right, like really amazing human being. He's the executive director of Gallant Few, and pretty much just dedicated. Since he left, he did some corporate stuff, and then has just dedicated his life into it. He's like 65 now.
No.
Yeah, bro. 6-pack. I mean, he's in the Agoge. 6-pack, jacked arms, climbs fucking V10 point whatever shit.
Bikes,
like hundreds of thousands of miles, like ridiculous, dude. 65 years old. A testament to you guys. But anyways, dedicated his life. But he's the one that told me. He goes, Nick, listen, I get where you're coming from, but what are they actually like? So their life sucks, sitting on the couch complaining.
Right.
Is
anything going to change by doing what they're doing?
No. You're creating
you regress. You get further. You get further into that hole.
That's basically what he said. He's like, you're allowing them to continue on this thing. He's like, if this isn't working and you're expecting a different result, like you're just an idiot. Like you have to like actually maybe get off the couch, maybe go start to the gym, go do something, change your environment, change something, change one thing and start executing. And it was really him that got me. And then of course I took it like times 100. No. I stay on the.
Oh no,
times
yourself.
100.
I thought you meant for the guys you were working.
No. I took it times 100. I'm like, dude, listen. If you're gonna sit,
that works for
if
you,
you're gonna sit there and tell me that your fucking life sucks, your kids suck, your wife suck, no, motherfucker, you suck. And if you think that you're gonna get a different result by fucking doing something, by doing same shit every day, like, just don't fucking message me. Like the guy with the drinking, like, you want to message me and tell me what you're doing, tell me how you want to get better, and then I tell you how to get better. I give you the plan, and you're like, no, bro. Like, listen, and I've said it time and time again, $2.99 is not an afford problem. It's a creative issue. And if you have a group of guys like this that are willing to pour into you, like, this ain't a fucking nonprofit, bro. Like, I've got to employ people so that they can help you.
I tell military guys all the time, man. I'm like, so you want to live in the laurels of your old tough guy days, right?
Yeah.
You were
the best thing you ever did was in the military.
I don't really care what it was.
Absolutely not.
Especially all of us in the combative arms or those of us that went after in special operations. So you did all this great stuff. You're telling me how badass that you were and this, that, and the other, but yet the thing that is killing you and stopping you from living life is life. Like that is the thing
that's like what I talk to him like.
That's the thing that's going to kill you.
I'm like,
but you persevered and excelled in war. Like, cool, your fucking story is great. However, this is what has crippled you. You can't fucking live life.
Your kryptonite is civilian life.
Civilian life.
That's what got the Taliban and Al Qaeda didn't get you. But holy shit, the fucking civilian life is what killed you.
The stupid civilians that you make fun of are now the ones that are beating you, and you can't fucking figure out how to excel past them.
That's a really good point.
Those are the ones you're complaining about, but they're the ones who are beating you.
That's
mentally, physically, emotionally.
You're so badass. You're better than civilians, but then you come back and then civilians are beating you. That's great, Josh. Yeah,
that's awesome. That was
it. Just confuses me. I'm like, and again, it's gotten the best of us. Like it's like raise the hand. Like
I've been there.
Bitch, moan, and complain about certain aspects.
100%,
right? But like when you begin,
but
to
no
see
more.
The other side, no.
I made the decision years ago. I was like, okay, this is not gonna be me. Yep. You know, no one owes me anything. Nothing. It's not the Marine Corps' job to make Nick a fucking great civilian or entrepreneur or a great dad.
He's a warfighter.
That was it. When I decided to leave, that was it. Their responsibility for me was done. It was up to me after that point.
Yep.
And people go, oh no, we served this time and we deserve this. You can say that all you want, but the reality is, no, they don't. They don't owe you shit. They don't owe you VA. They don't owe you anything. Yes, we all get it and everything, and that's a nice to have. But the reality is, you fucking volunteered. You signed up to say, I want to go do this job. And let's be real. The three of us in this room, we picked those jobs because we fucking wanted them. And we wanted to do that job. So don't fucking get it twisted that you fucking are some sort of victim or whatever of a situation, because I know for him and I for sure, you don't get thrown to Ranger School by force.
No.
You have to fucking volunteer for that shit.
You don't go into RIP by force. Once you're in the battalion, like, no, you're going to Ranger School, bud.
Well, yes, but
I know what you're saying.
But you didn't go. You didn't go like you're going to RIP.
Right? Oh no. Like, that's. I mean, I wanted to do that.
You're going to.
I mean, from when I was a little boy, I was telling him this morning. What do you want to be when you grow up? Be a ranger. Like, ever since I was a little boy, I want to be a ranger. Like,
but no one forced you to do that.
I grew up wanting to do.
Yeah,
that.
exactly. So like, don't on the back end come out and say like, oh, I'm a this and this and they did this, motherfucker. You volunteered. You fucking volunteered.
And now you're feeling sorry for yourself,
right? Like that's not the reality that you live in.
You can deploy away from your family for, like, let's say they're big army or big military, not special operations, and they deploy for 12 months. That's raw. I mean, like, sure, we deployed 90-day rotations. But
you did.
Yeah, I know, we did.
Jesus Christ.
No, I know, y'all don't. Y'all are different.
We basically just move overseas.
We would do 90-day rotate, but we would do 90 on 180. So 6 months, out of every 12 months, we're gone.
Yeah.
If you're in regiment, you're gone. 6 out of every 12 months, you're there.
Yeah.
So you're gone quite a bit. These guys are big army, regular army, or military.
My brother did that. He did
12 to 15 months away from their family.
Two or three 12-month stints.
And then they come back, and I get it. It sucked, but you're home. Be grateful you're here, and make something of your life. Yeah. Do something productive. Provide to society. Build a family.
Don't wear the shirt.
That's
not a productive thing.
For God's sake, if the best thing you ever did was what you did in the military,
it's a good catalyst for growth. It's something good to refer back to as, like, this is where I learned a lot about myself.
I would not be where I am today if I did not do what I did. But I'll be damned if I'm proud of it. It's on my shelf. It's proud of it.
Isn't how I identify myself.
No, it's not going to be the best thing I ever did.
Absolutely not.
Not a chance.
Nope.
Vince had a really good story years and years ago. Probably, I don't know, 2016 maybe. Right, when we were doing that seminar?
The seminar, yeah.
Yeah. And he was talking about it. He had a story, and he was like, man, I realized at one point in time that I did not want to be the old man sitting at a bar.
Oh, I like that one, yeah.
And the only story that I had to tell was war stories. Something that happened 50, 60 years ago. It was like the only stories that this guy ever had throughout his whole life. Like, I didn't want that to be the only chapter of my life that I ever opened a book on and talked about.
That's a waste.
Yeah,
that is a
real
thing.
It's like the whole Tony Soprano thing. The lowest form of conversation is remember when.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't. You're on the grand scheme of things, you're only here for a split second.
I mean,
if you don't.
I talk about this. Sorry, Joe. I talk about this a lot. Josh and I were on a team together starting in 2009.
Yeah, I think
2009 to 2012. Basically, when I got out, and then
whenever you got out.
Yeah, 2012. And then we started officially working together in 2017 again. I mean, we never really lost contact, but
it depends on what capacity.
Well, like 17 USMC prep came out.
Oh,
yeah, first actual
in that capacity, yeah.
In that capacity, and official like work, like business capacity.
Yeah. Nonprofit work for years before.
That's true. Yeah, the nonprofit stuff for years. Anyways, rarely have him and I talked about the good old days.
Yeah, we don't either.
It won't be the spark of conversation.
We don't either.
Never. We're always talking about what's next.
We don't.
What are we doing? What are we doing now? What are we doing next? What's the next thing that we're building? What's the next thing that we're doing? What's the goal that we're putting on the board now? Like, our conversation is about the future and what we're doing now.
Same thing. I have a buddy who's a 1st Battalion Ranger. I ended up running into him in North Dakota. He was an engineer, petroleum engineer. And he and I don't talk about any of that stuff. We don't talk about shit from regiment. We talk about building companies. We talk about business. We talk about our family. We talk about... We don't identify as that. It's part of who you are. I don't need to
relive it.
Yeah. Like, because it had its place. I'm appreciative for what it provided. And now I'm in this part of my life where I'm growing this, this, and this. That sure stemmed from that, but that's not what got me here. It was all the work between here and there
Exactly.
that created what I have today. You know, so
Yeah,
I'm grateful for it, but I don't accredit everything to that because it's still, you still have to maintain that work ethic. You still have to maintain that discipline and consistency to a structure.
Yeah.
You know, you still have to keep moving the needle. And if you leave the military and that's when you stop moving the needle, you get out at what, 22? Let's say you go in at 18, you stay 4 years, you're out at 22. What are you going to do for the next fucking 60 years?
Talk about how cool you were.
That's stupid.
For fucking 4
You weren't
years.
that because like if you're in your mid 40s and you talk to me and the only thing that you're going to talk about is war stories from 40 fucking or 20 years ago or 15 years ago, and that's all you got to talk about, but you're cool. You got some cool war stories, but you're a fucking loser.
Kirk actually brought that up. He went to some Ranger breakfast get together.
Yeah.
And he almost didn't want to go. And he goes, Nick, you know, he called me today, by the way, told me to tell you hi. He goes, dude, I had to go. And the reason why I had to go is because I felt like if I didn't go, all they were going to talk about was the good old days.
Someone's got to fucking break the mold.
That has a time and place though. Like if it's like a rendezvous and all your buddies are getting
Yeah, but
together,
he doesn't want. He does like the thing is like what do you gather out of that? What do you gather out?
to relive a little bit with your old buddies, but if that's where the conversation continues,
But that's
the
where
day
it goes.
after, that's a problem.
That's where it goes.
It's one thing to get with your buddies and
I don't think so.
barbecue
Yeah,
and
sure.
talk a little bit here and there because they
But
haven't
why?
seen this
But
guy
why
in
not?
10 years.
But not yet. But talk about what you have going on now.
Yeah,
You already know.
But those side
What's the
conversations,
goals?
like the war stories last 20 minutes.
No, they
15.
don't though. That's
Oh,
the
well, that's a little
problem.
different.
That's
If it's
your
a-
perception because of where you're at. For those that don't have the same,
The ones that are
If it's an all
the
evening
ones
kind
that
of
are
thing,
that are 20
it's
to
exhausting.
the ones that are 20 to 60 pounds overweight, they just sit around. Oh, remember when and this and that. Remember this kid did this.
and
And
some of
remember
the shit I don't want to talk about. You know,
there's some things that don't need to be talked about
100%.
ever. But the reality is, he went there and he said it turned into exactly that. And he's like, I immediately pivoted the conversation to the next thing, and that's what he does now. He's the what he's called him?
Chief Morale Officer.
The Chief
I don't know if he
Morale-
still has that title, but I
Yeah,
always
don't
remember
know.
that.
Yeah,
Chief
the
Morale Officer.
he's the chief morale officer. But that's what he did. He went to, he's like, he goes, I didn't want to go because I didn't want to sit around and talk about Ranger shit. He's like, but I was afraid that if I didn't go, all these men were just going to sit around and talk about remember when. And he's like, it didn't sit right with me. And so I went and we pivoted the conversation and talked about growth and culture and
I guarantee you,
the
every
next thing.
single one of them left there better
and felt and
felt better
and felt
and
filled up.
Didn't feel empty because they didn't feel like that was the highlight of their life.
Exactly.
They have something to look
I mean, you
forward
both
to.
alluded to it earlier, right? About coaching men now, and then the kids will be, coaching and talking to tomorrow with the fathers on the repetitive basis of the stuff that we coach and the stuff we talk about. Doesn't mean we have it all fucking figured out and we never make some of those hiccups.
Yeah.
It's that constant reminder, to another individual that like, this is how, they should begin to be leading their life. And it's a reminder to myself that every time I say it to someone else, I have to listen to myself to ensure, right, that I'm doing the best, putting the best leg forward in my life that I can to walk that path.
Yep.
So the more I talk about it, the more as a reminder to my own self. It's like I'm teaching and guiding myself to continue through that process. You alluded to it
that's
earlier.
what the Agoge gives me. It gives me that opportunity I have to live this way. I can't, in good conscience, help these men become better versions of themselves if I am myself and not living that.
If you're being
congruently
a
with them.
hypocrite,
Right. Then that makes me a piece of shit,
Yeah.
and an imposter, and a fraud, and that makes me a fucking loser. And then at the same time, how do I look at my kid? Like, if I subconsciously know that I'm a fucking fake,
Right.
How do I feel about my wife internally for her to know that I'm fake?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can't.
Well, then what
can't
happens is you turn devices to deal with that coping mechanism, and then it
spirals out
and it all
control.
spirals out of
Yep.
control. Exactly. That's exactly right.
I mean, everyone falls off the wagon, but just get back on it. That's it.
And you can. Yeah, it's okay to fall.
Just get back on it. That's it.
Next day is the next day.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Own up to it though with yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, like have a deep
Accountability is everything.
conversation with yourself. Accountability, not just. I was talking with someone else about acknowledgement is one thing. Accountability is a totally fucking different step. Acknowledgement is just kind of like I did it.
Do you have guys that
I did it. Don't worry about it.
Do you guys have guys in the Agoge that tell you like straight up just tell you when they fucked up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell them like, dude, like
Man, it's okay to feed the soul every once in a while, dude. Just get back on the fucking horse and keep moving forward.
Yeah, but that hits me deep on an appreciation factor, right? That like that person,
they're owning it.
Owned it, but
So
then
do you
chose to share it with me. I'm like,
do you-
dude, most people wouldn't
Do you
even own up
smack
to
him down, or do you just kind of like, okay, that,
In a big brother way.
yeah,
All right, man. You know you fucked up. You know where you fucked up. So, cool. Develop a remedy. How do we mitigate it in the future?
yeah,
And move forward, man. Don't let it drag you down because it's what's done is done.
it's done.
How do we fix it?
It
How
is.
do we improve?
It doesn't mean that I'm accepting it. However, I think
It's water under the bridge at that point.
it is.
Yeah.
If it happens again, though, in the future, although, again, I don't want it to, it's not an acceptable thing to have happen repetitively over and over and over.
Yeah.
However, please fucking tell me again.
Because
Like,
now
don't
we have
fucking hide it
yeah,
from-
because then there's a bigger problem.
Yeah, now we have a
Yeah.
communication issue, we have a trust factor
Right.
issue, and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to give them too much leniency to create an allowance, right? Because they don't want to allow themselves. Now they're
Yeah.
asking for accountability, so I can't allow them to keep it happening. But you have to have an open line of communication
Not
so
to-
that we keep having that.
And this is
that
kind of where some of the
conversation.
project talks come into play. But the reason why people self-sabotage or they continuously over a period of time continue making the same falls is because they've got past trauma and shit in their past that they're not dealing with that causes them to self-sabotage and fall off the wagon continuously.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, but
That's
no
it.
one's, no one's
That's what I'm
holding
talking
those
about. Let's
people
talk about it.
accountable.
Yeah. But it's like, well, and you got to deal with your shit.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to go deal with your shit.
Yeah,
The
talk
reason
about it.
why,
Figure it out.
and the reason why, well, I did 20 pounds and then I fell off the wagon and came back. It's because you're not dealing with your real shit. You're not dealing with the root cause of the problem. You got to deal with the root cause of the problem. Figure out your emotions. Figure out your past. Figure out your traumas. Deal with all that shit so that you can fucking put that to bed for once and all and move past it. Because it's like a self-worth. It fucks with your self-worth. And maybe they don't feel worthy of success. They don't feel worthy to have the body. They don't feel worthy to have the relationship, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So until you can develop the self-worth, develop the self-belief, you're never going to achieve the other things because it's always going to come back and sabotage you.
Yep.
You're going to sabotage yourself. Yeah.
But every time it gets to that point, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to move past it. So you have to feel that. Because I think that every time you're about to level up into something big, something gets really hard.
Oh, yeah.
And whether you're going to make the conscious decision to move forward, there
Tell
you
me
go.
tell me about
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
Or you're going to fucking fall back.
Yeah.
But like once you get there, you feel it. How am I going to attack it this time? Am I going to let it beat me back down so I have to build myself back up for me just to repeat the cycle?
Yeah.
Or am I going to get here? It's going to hit me like, no, motherfucker. Like I'm going to figure this out today. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to progress. And then I'm going to overcome it. And then guess what? You're on another fucking level. Now you're going to find something else to conquer.
Yeah.
Like it's every single thing. And I'm a perfect example at it. Speaking from experience, after the project, a lot, dude, everything changed.
Yeah.
Everything changed because I understood much more clearly what it means to overcome traumas. Like this does not define me.
Right.
The things that I did does not define me. I can take those things, understand.
They're just pages in a book.
Right. And I
Yeah.
can learn from them in a way where I can help my son be the evolution of me. You're going to be the 100% better version of me. And then your son is going to be better than you. And then you create that within your family. You create that legacy.
Kirk did that's actually where I learned this from. Kirk, this guy we were talking about before, he actually did a whiteboard when we were at
Raywall?
Raywall. He did a whiteboard exercise and he's like, listen, he goes, nothing wrong with helping men. And he was kind of like referencing the veterans. He's like, nothing wrong with helping men. But let me show you what happens when you change a man's life mathematically.
Yep.
And he's like, now let me show you mathematically what happens when you change a young man's life. Bro, like exponential change. You change a man's life at 40, it's like 1 times 2, maybe, of like second and third order
Right,
effects.
right.
You change a young man's life, like Malachi. We talked about this. The guy I was talking to this morning. You're talking like, because of his kids, because he hasn't had kids yet. When he has kids and the people he infects, and the way that it continues to change, it's in like the millions. It just like quickly snowballs into the millions. And you can kind of look at finances that rate
Yeah, I was
too,
about to
right?
say, it's like compound interest.
It's compounding interest. Yeah. It's like, okay, I got in when I was 18 versus getting in when you're 40.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like there's a big difference in those 2 decades. So like when we talk about like what we do with the Agoge, like the reality is you want to really change something, Squire program.
Yeah.
Like on a mathematical side of things, you change just half of those men, it would do exponentially better than what we're doing with grown ass men at scale. So
It's a lot of guys to talk to. I mean, if not just for yourself, for your fucking kids.
Yeah. All right, we got to get back over there. Back to
the gym,
the compound.
Compound, is that what we're calling it?
The Squire compound now. Tomorrow,
the shopping mall.
Yeah. Mario, you got anything else? Any announcements? Crucibles. When's this going live?
So it'd be 2 weeks from now.
So no.
Crucible.
February. February Crucible. February Agoge photo shoot. And
the
then
Crucible's not full. February class.
February is not full.
No.
I think it will be.
It's gonna be quick.
It's gonna be as soon as we launch. As soon as 001 launches, it'll be full.
No, absolutely, 100%.
Second weekend in February.
Second weekend in February. 48-hour Crucible. Do you have what it takes? And are you lost? Do you have no clear vision of your path and what you want to achieve? Or do you have a vision, but you just don't know how to get there? That's what we're going to figure out in 48 hours. What else? Next Squire is in April.
Yeah, make sure you follow Nick on Instagram. Hit subscribe on all of our YouTube channels.
Thanks, Mario.
Yeah, no problem.
And then tag these guys too when these clips go up.
Well, they have like those little like dings on YouTube videos. And
well,
stuff
this could be for Spotify. What if people listen on Spotify?
That's true.
I don't know, dude. You're the media guy.
Yeah, so leave it to me. But
follow Joe on Instagram. He talks about his wife a lot.
Yes,
that's about all. Her, yeah, she's hot. That's my queen.
She's a professional. That's what I will say. I won't say she's hot, but she is very professional
At being hot.
Being hot.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
that's my queen.
Follow Josh. Follow Josh on Instagram. What's your handle, Josh?
It's my name.
He keeps it real simple.
Keep it real.
I wish everybody would just change their handles to their name.
Got it.
Mine's my name.
Josh.
Yours is like
Mr. Joe Lupp or something.
Underscore.
Joe.
See, that's where it's
Lupp
just be Joe Luplo. Anyways, all right, guys. Hey, appreciate this. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment at the below, and follow these guys. Screenshot this. Share it in our media. More men need to hear these messages. Appreciate you. Love you. And go move the needle. All right. Never quit. Never surrender. Always forward. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.